Are you bisexual?
No. Me and you should get married.
Oh, shit.
Zach, you okay, man?
Yeah, I'm good.
You want me to come in there?
Nah, man.
Zach's not gay. I'm not bi.
Okay.
Curious. I'm not homophobic, but I'm Zach getting the pussy.
Alright, Zatima fans, in this video I'm going to be talking more about the Bryce and Zach thing. As I said in my review, the scene where you had drunk Zach and you had, Bryce trying to help him out as he was, trying to get him to go to sleep so he can leave and go back to Angela's place. But, Zach was adamant that he would take a shower to get the smell of Deja off him. That way, when Fatima calms down and comes back home, she won't flip out at the very center of her. So, on top of that, I talked about how the scene just was way too drawn out, didn't need to be as long as it was. Then in the following episode, we have this, conversation where Bryce asks if Zach is bisexual. Now, obviously, it seems like he was, is fishing the correct term here, or should I say, kind of baiting Zach, or, kind of lightly interrogating him in order to see whether or not Zach was bisexual, because if that were the case, he would probably make a pass at him. Now, what I'm saying is this. When it comes down to Bryce, I wish that Tyler didn't write it to where he was attracted to Zach. I think if nothing else, it would have been cool for like Preston and Zach's dynamic on Sisters. Why not have these two just be boys? Like, does it have to be a, bisexual attraction thing? Also, if based on what we saw in the season 1 promo where it looks like Zach pops Bryce right across the face, punches him square in the jaw because it looks like Bryce has his hand on Zach's face. Do you think it's because Bryce tries to make a move on him and Zach pops him in the face? And if that's the case, my biggest complaint is Zach put it plain as day. I like the pussy and not the fetus. I'm not bisexual. I'm not homophobic. I'm not curious. I like the women. I like pussy and neither anything between. I'm not bisexual. The fact that it seems, based on how Zach punches him in the face, the only reason I can see Zach doing that is if Bryce does make a move on him. But the thing is, Zach has made it clear he's not interested, not just in Bryce, but in all other men in general. Yeah, he's an affectionate guy, dapping, hugging, his boys and whatnot. And, they work out at the gym, and it's not uncommon for, get naked, jump in the shower because, you're at the gym and whatnot. So Bryce being insecure about that has, should be like, oh, okay, maybe there is something behind what he says. But no, it's because he's attracted to men and women. But I do feel like it's a wasted opportunity to do this because it's like, was it really necessary? I think for me and a lot of other fans, it's kind of old at this point. It was a long-running storyline in the haves and the have-nots between Jeffrey and Wyatt. Then, of course, you had people like what was his name? Justin around with Jeffrey. So it got old. Then, and Sisters, for example, it's a thing where we see Maurice, and it's really annoying. And like I said before, being that I'm not a part of the community, I can't really speak on, I'm offended by how the gay characters are depicted. I can't say that because I'm not part of the community, so I can't be offended by something, like that. But I will say it is noticeable. I feel like anyone, regardless if you're LGBT or not, you can see the trend that for some reason, a majority, if not all of Tyler Perry's gay characters within his shows and movies have been shown to be overly flamboyant, thirsty as all hell, and in some cases, the worst, openly and shamelessly throwing themselves, flirting with a character who is straight, even after they're told, hey, Maurice or Landon, hey, that person is straight. They'll still throw themselves at them, like Landon did when he tried to go down on a drunk Charles and the haves and the have-nots, or when Maurice was just, bending over and whatnot in front of Preston when he was talking with Sabrina at the bank. That's not a good look. If anything else, it's kind of like, that's unwanted flirtation that could get you fired from your job and could possibly lead to, some physical ramifications. And then if that's the case, the person who beats them is like, hey, you're homophobic, you're this and that, you need to go to jail. But they were on the receiving end of very unwanted flirtatious behavior. So I don't think that Bryce, I don't know. Obviously, we'll see how things play out when we get to next week. Sure. But if Bryce does make a move on Zach after he's made it clear he isn't bisexual in any way, shape, or form, or curious, or gay, or whatever, that's going to make Bryce look really awful. In my opinion, at least. Because, I don't know. It is... I mean, it's one thing, like, for example, Aaron not to understand boundaries after Karen says, look, give me space. I'll call you or I'll ask you to come over. Don't just pop up. But he still continues to do that. That's disrespectful and it makes him look like a creeper. When you have a character who makes a move or a pass at someone who says, I'm not of this orientation, so I'm not interested in you, but you do it anyway, that makes you look creepy. So we'll just have to wait and see how things play out and if Bryce is in season 2, because it's like after, if he makes a move and Zach knocks him on the jaw, it's going to be very difficult to see how they're business partners after this. Maybe it's going to be like Charles and Landon on the haves and the have-nots, where they have a talk where, Landon's like, Charles like, look, sorry about hitting you in the jaw, but what happened the other night, that shit better not happen again. Secondly, I don't want to fire you because you're the best assistant I ever had. Not to mention, you're too damn good at your job to let go. So I will say this: I want to work with you still, but you have to understand I'm not interested in you in that way whatsoever. So don't do that again. And if we could do that, we can be cool. And that's the thing, like color, orientation, politics, religion. People can get along. People can. People work jobs. Hey, different orientations, different genders, whatever. And you're cool because, it's about teamwork, making sure the job gets done. But when things get personal and you start to make another person uncomfortable, even after they told you, hey, don't do that because, that makes me uncomfortable, then there's a problem. So hopefully, given the, circumstances of next week when there's a pop in the jaw, we can have Zach and Bryce talk things out. But for Bryce to seemingly, and again, only based on the preview or the trailer for season 1, make a move on Zach, even though he's made it clear he's not into guys, that's weird. So, thanks so much for tuning in. What do you think? I feel like a majority of people feel the same way I do. I'll remember reading some of the chats during the live stream last night and reading the comments on my episode review that it's a shame that Bryce and Zach couldn't just be cool. And we don't know. And like I said, I'm not trying to start rumors. I don't know why Bryce was the substitute for Jake, because Jake's original character description on Sistas was, must be comfortable with some bisexual scenes because, Jake is a character that's going to be attracted to Zach. I can't tell you why the actor that plays Jake wasn't in Zatima season 1. If it was a scheduling conflict, so he wasn't available, so Bryce had to be scrapped in really quick. Or if it's because the actor felt like, on Sistas, the stuff I'm doing there with Zach is cool, but on Zatima, I think it's a bit too much. I'm about to bounce. I don't know. I'm just saying that's, I was reading on Twitter. Wait, not just Twitter, because, yeah, Twitter said that, but number one, it was rumor. Number two, I speculated that a long time ago. But it is what it is. We'll just have to wait and see how things play out. Not to mention, I wonder if, Zach is going to tell Fatima and how that's going to, flow. Also, will Angela find out about this? Because, like, let's say Zach hits him really hard and Angela's like, baby, what happened to your jaw? Zach hit me. So is he going to pull up Belinda and lie about it? Hopefully, well, even if he did, Zach, he's like, hell no. He made a move on me. So I wonder how that relationship is going to work out. I don't know. So, yeah, let's talk about it more in the comments section below. Like and subscribe. Follow me on social media. Links are in the description below. And I'll catch you in the next one.